Men, you are too easy. You settle for anything, and that's why women don't respect you. When you learn how to respect yourself, it's going to be a huge culture shock to a lot of women because women just maybe intrinsically know how easy men are. All they have to do is say, let's fuck, and you are with it. You know what I'm saying? All things being equal, that's not that big of an issue. But also, it doesn't always play out that way. And if you do have a woman who desires you like that, that's a pretty good thing. But the reality of it is that women know that they have the bargaining chip. All right? And this is why a lot of men will settle for anything. They'll settle for a woman that they don't like. They'll settle for a woman who is a liar, who is a flake, who, who they can't trust, who's not all that pretty in their opinion. They're fucking addicts, whatever it is. They'll settle for all of those things just so they can get the ego boost of getting laid. And truth is, especially if, everything's not working in your favor right now in your own personal life, it's a great idea to stick to your standards, to stick to your priorities. Raise your standards, stick to your priorities. Meaning, if you know that you don't really have much time to waste, or your time will be better spent on working on your career, working on your body, working on yourself, then you prioritize that over going out of your way for a woman, especially a woman who didn't do anything to earn it. And I'm tired of this bullshit. I don't like the world that we live in where we're expected to do so much for a woman and they're not expected to do anything. It's like you do all of these things. It's like Mario. It's like Super Mario. Mario go through all these fucking lengths to save Peach. He do all these things, and this is, and what do you get from it? It's just the game is over. You don't know what happens afterwards. But in real life, you do all these things. You go through all these hoops to get a goddamn woman, and for what? I could get laid. So she could offer some fucking pussy. You go through all these hoops to get pussy. And, if you want to, fine, go on. But it's much cheaper to just get a goddamn prostitute. And not that I would advise for something like that, but it's just like, if those are the lengths you're willing to go to get laid, like, clearly you got some energy. Clearly you got some motivation. Maybe you should redirect that and put that focus on yourself. It's best to be on your shit. If you're not on your shit, what's going to happen? She's going to end up leaving you for somebody who is. And I think that's going to be a very common theme in a lot of videos that I talk about right now. And this is not coming from a standpoint of saying, you shouldn't deal with women at all. It's not that. It's always about putting the horse before the carriage. Understanding that maybe you could take a few years, not even focus on women at all, outside of women who may be in your vicinity, not focus on them at all, really focus on building something. And the women, they'll be there. The women, make no mistake about it, the women will be there, bro. A lot of men, maybe even most men, are trying to find these shortcuts, or trying to, just take the path of least resistance, trying to be Epicureans in a way, meaning they just prioritize pleasure. And make no mistake about it, I don't think there's anything wrong with pleasure, but it's like there's a time for it. And if you take a look at your life right now and you say, I'm not where I need to be right now, I could definitely get this right. There's definitely some things that I need to do to get on my shit, to get to where I would like to be, where I feel more comfortable. If that's a conversation you're having with yourself, then you probably should consider putting women on the back burner. Me personally, That's where I'm at right now. You know, I don't need the ego boost, or I feel no type of way if I'm not getting laid right now. I've gotten laid plenty of times. I've reproduced. So now it's just like, if you're not speaking a language that I don't like, you know what I'm saying? If I don't feel like you can make my life better, then I'm not even going to entertain it. And I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Like, some of the women who are on my line right now, I mean, a lot of men break their necks to just look at. And a lot of people will lose their souls trying to chase these women. I'm not willing to do that because I have a mission. I have multiple missions, and I got a lot of respect for myself, man. And if you really truly have a lot of respect for yourself, you're not gonna just be putting up with something just because a woman is pretty. All right, it's not worth it. You gotta see yourself as the prize, even if you're a bit delusional up front. But you have to keep that vision. You have to visualize yourself as truly being the prize, and then make it so. You have to have an impeccable belief in yourself. Life is, I mean, this shit is real, man. This is so real. Yeah, there are a lot of women who may settle for a bum, who may settle for somebody who don't really have anything going for them. And if you're that person, if you're that man who don't really have a lot going for them, understand it's short lived. That's not a good foundation to build your house on, all right? It's like it's like building your house on a goddamn slant in a place where it rains a lot and it's always muddy. Like, that's not the type of foundation you want to build on and get all relaxed because a woman is showing you some choosing signals just because you were saying the right thing, or maybe you look good or whatever. But that shit dies down fast when you don't have money to do anything, to go on dates, or and meanwhile they got all these other guys who are offering to taking them on dates and do whatever, and throwing money at them is nothing, and you get all insecure because you can't do what you want for your woman or whatever it is, and other people can. Like, you'd be better off just getting rid of that shit completely, um, to the best of your ability, and really just always put the focus on self, man, because you could really make somebody yourself in this life. I mean, there's probably more opportunity than ever before to really get out there and establish yourself, man. So again, like, to summarize it, if somebody's not speaking a language that you like, if someone is not as reliable as you would like for them to be, and you know that you're keeping things 100 proof, just take a step back, man. Like, don't fall into the trap of playing these games. Don't invest so much that you have to, make sure that you stick around to see if you're going to get a return on your investment. Count your losses if it ain't really working out your way. Stop chasing and pursue something that's for you. And any woman who may be for you, it'll be revealed. All right? You shouldn't have to break your neck to get a woman that's meant for you. All right? It's not supposed to be a grueling thing. Life is already grueling enough. Just get what's for you. All right. So, take care.